Everyone. We are set to go. My name's Eugene Simiyu. I'm a budget facilitator from Kajiado County, and also the director.
Excuse me, Sosthene. I would like to know if we can be able to see the sign language interpreter.
Not yet, but she's set somewhere up there, Regina Wambui.
No, I can see her from my end. And Tracy Joki, can you see her?
No, I cannot see her.
Can anyone, Nelson, can you see Aunt Tracy?
Yes,
she's there. I have seen her. Yeah.
She's there?
Yes.
All right, I just wanted to confirm that. So you can go on, Sosthene. It's okay.
So thank you so much. Welcome, Anne Tracy, our sign language interpreter, just for you to get comfortable before we start. And I know everybody is able to see you. And now we'll start. My name's Sosthene Eugene Simiyu, budget facilitator from Kajiado County. And I will be taking you today in our today's session. Just to begin with us, how we are going. The objective of this, the objective of today's class is number one, we are going to build our ability to interpret county development plans. And number two, we are going to understand the link between plans and budgets. So that will be another objective. And then another objective is that we are also going to know and learn more on how to encourage citizen participation in our counties, specific counties that we are coming from, so that we can all continue in a good way. Now, what you're going to need for this session, there are some things that you will need. Number one is a notebook and a pen. And then number two, you're going also to need the 2010 Constitution of Kenya, which is very important because of the last objective that I say about public participation. And then you will also need your county annual development plan that is going to be very effective in this session. And then also, lastly, you're going to need yourself, who is now everything that we need in this class, an active you and ready to learn. I'll just take you through this. The budget circle. We'll use the other calendar that is here. In our last session, we learned about the following. If you can zoom it kidogo make it smaller. Yes. So last time we went through this chart with the chart through with the help of my fellow budget facilitator Anita Nkirote, and we saw we looked about the formulation stage, which is the first stage. We looked on the approval stage, which is the second stage, and then we looked at the implementation, and lastly the audit. So we are still at the formulation stage, and if you are able to zoom in, you will come to realize that we are now around September 1st. That is when the county annual development plan issue into the county assembly, is tabled into the county assembly. So we are still on this blue line before we get to the approval, which is now the green one. So we are still here. We are still on the second step, which is the county annual development plan table, the tabling of the ADP. Thank you so much. So that was last week's topic. So we are diving in directly to what we are supposed to do today, and that is the ADP. But before we go to the ADP, we shall look at what comes before the ADP, and that is the CIDP. So these are just that is the CIDP, which is a 5-year plan. Now I want us to understand the genesis of ADP, or where the ADP comes from. And this is now where the ADP comes from. That we have a document that is a 5-year plan that is called County Integrated Development Plan, which we shall come to look at it in our subsequent classes or maybe sessions later. And now the CIDP is a 5-year plan prepared by all 47 counties. So each and every county that is represented here, they all have a document that is called as a CIDP. And number two, what that the CIDP does, the CIDP guides county development priorities. It guides the county development priorities for the next 5 years. And then it informs the annual development plan, which now comes yearly. Every year we have an annual development plan. Every year we have an annual development plan. And then also it informs on the county fiscal strategy paper, the CFSP, which will be in the next class. And then it will also bring out the annual budget estimates. So all these documents, we are going to learn them as we go on. So that is what I just wanted to bring before we go to the CIDP. And then also the CIDP coordinates with the national government and other county partners. These are the regional bodies. So it also has the information that coordinates or brings that the collaboration of the regional bodies and also the national government policies, or maybe the focus. And then it has equity in resource distribution, implementation, monitoring and evaluation framework. Because it is a plan, so it only contains a framework of what will be implemented, how it will be monitored, and also how it will be evaluated. It also has an evidence-based proposal with data justification. Anything that it will propose in the next 5 years, then it has to have a clear data and also justification. And lastly, it has to have a clear public participation process. Since the call was put out to when the public participation was held, and the outcomes and everything that actually contained during the outcome on the public participation. So lastly, I think before we go to the ADP, also the CIDP reviews of the previous CIDP performance, clear county development strategy. It has also a clear county development strategy for 5 years. It has linkages in the Vision 2030, spatial and also sectorial plans. These are all now the priorities that people are selecting in different sectors, like for example, health, maybe social protection and other sectors. It also have program and transformative projects. And then lastly, how the county is going to resource mobilize, or how it is going to attain the money for use. Now, welcome. This is the main document that we want to look at in the next few minutes before we go to our breakout rooms, where we shall be looking deeper into them, some sectors. The annual development plan, as I've said earlier, it is derived from the CIDP. And this is a document that is only 1-year plan. And it has to be in line with the CIDP, as I had said earlier. And then, just about apart from aligning with the CIDP, it also informs the county annual. It also informs the county annual budget process, how that year the budget process is going to be. And this one I will be showing you later, whereby you have other documents that will come out of the ADP, other processes. And these documents are now processes, because any document that will be held around ADP will now be a process. Like, for example, you look at it, the CFSP will be found within this, the ADP will inform the CFSP, and it will also inform the CBROP. So these ones are here because the process, the budget process, is informed in the ADP. And then also it must be tabled on 1st September. And I will ask you in your in the chats. I don't know which county has already tabled. All right. And then after tabling, it is supposed to be made public within 7 days. So just in your chats, we shall be looking at them. Which county has already tabled, and also has it been made publicly? Because kama leo ni, if today is on 11th, it means 7 days after 1st September has elapsed. So has this county, like I can see that Samburu has already tabled. Has it been made publicly? Now you can run to your website and tell us if it is there. Those who have it, tuambie pale kwa inbox so that we can follow up on them. It has to be tabled on 1st September, and it has to be made publicly within 7 days. You can proceed. Samburu is noted. Then, what should an ADP contain? Now, this is now the best part that I love, and this one is just a place whereby it will now guide you, itaamsha morale. It will boost you somewhere. It will boost your gist, or your how do I keep it? But this is now the place whereby now, when you know this, what an ADP should contain, it is easy for you to analyze the document. Immediately you get an ADP, you just go directly to it and analyze and come up with maybe a memorandum, or come up with maybe an info pack, and that is all. So number one, what should be contained in an ADP? Number one is a sector priority. You need to identify sectors in an ADP, and these sectors should have priorities. For example, in health, or maybe social protection, what is supposed to be there? What focus priorities, or what priorities are mwananchi putting into that document? So that is why we say that number one, the ADP should contain sector priority. Number two, an ADP should contain sector programs. Under sectors, you need programs. And we had seen before that these programs should be also citizen-centered, and they should help. They should be programs that are very good, and they can help the citizens, maybe the public. So in an ADP, you should have sector programs, and then you should have also time frame and cost implication of the project. Now, when I talk about the time frame and cost implications of projects, when are these projects going to happen, and what are the costs that are going to be incurred? Where are these costs going to come from? When will it be finished? And then you come to realize, I said earlier, that this ADP should should also inform us about the previous ADP. Now, these timeframes, maybe if they were not achieved in the previous year, have they been brought in this ADP? Does this ADP, like for example, just a quick one, I don't know who is very fast. Which ADP should we supposed to be checking on right now? You can just text on the chat. Let me see which financial year that we are supposed to be dealing with the ADP. All right. So this ADP should have also previous time frames, and also the cost implication. They just bring them out. Thank you so much. I can see 2025, 2026. 2027, 2026, 2027. Amen. We are doing good. We are doing good. So that is what I'm saying. A financial year, 2025, 2026. So that this ADP should inform us of the previous year, how it was performed, and how actually they went about it. And number three, the source derivation of the project. Where what was the source of these projects. And as we said, the public participation, the people, the people are supposed to come up with those projects. The private partners, the private institutions are supposed also to come up with the projects. The executive is supposed to suggest the projects. So where did these projects come from? What is the source of this project? That is why we say it has to be shown clear in the ADP. So if you don't find this one, then now you raise a question that where are these specifically the sources, the derivation of the projects. And number 4, performance targets and success indicator. We cannot just have a plan that does not have success indicators, does not have a way. There's no roadmap. There's no time frame. So it has to clearly specify the performance targets. What are we targeting? How will health perform in this year? How will maybe education perform in this year? What is our target? And then if we perform well, what will be the success indicators? If we perform poor, what will be those indicators that will show us that we did not perform well? So an ADP should clearly state or bring out the performance targets and also success indicator. And that's a good ADP. Also, the the ADP should contain linkage or linkages between ADP and CFSP, and also ADP and the CBROP, that is the budget review and outlook paper. Why? Because this ADP is just a plan. We are planning. But now when you come to CFSP, this is a document that is going now to set the ceilings, to be realistic of the document that we have just seen. That is now the ADP. So the CFSP brings out the realistic and the sector ceilings or the sector settings of the ADP that was found in the ADP. All right, so which of we shall look at it next week on Thursday. So you have to be there to understand the linkage between from the ADP to the CFSP. And then also it has to bring out a linkage between the ADP and the CBROP, which is the budget review and outlook paper. And why do I say that? The CBROP now has provision and performance. So it has to clearly have the provision and the performance. Now there's a roadmap of us having the two documents in the ADP. So it's just a roadmap that clearly shows what is going to be projected in the CFSP and what is also going to be in the CBROP. So when I say CBROP, that is the County Budget Review and Outlook paper. And when I say the CFSP, that is the County Fiscal Strategy paper. Those two budget documents, please make sure you follow them clearly, because next lesson, we are talking about them. It should also inform the gaps. It should have information gaps for the next budget cycle. So these are the challenges. What were the challenges in the previous year? What were the challenges when they were setting, so that when we come up with the next budget cycle, this one enhances the process of making that that document. Lastly, it has to have a public participation report, which is the main area that we are supposed to focus. And as champions down there are not supposed to relax. Champions are supposed to follow up on public participation, and not just public participation, but also the reports. So the reports, as I said, the reports have to contain data, realistic data, what happens, the outcome. That is during the public participation reports. Okay. Now, that is our document, and then we come to the role of coordination. in the county planning. Number one, the ADP should complement the functions and alignment with the national policies. That is the national government. It has to complement. It has to show a linkage. It has to show the provision of where the national government comes from, back up in Africa, and where the county starts, like that. Because lazima ikuwe na hiyo setting, all right? So that is an area that also the ADP should focus. And then the other one, the second one is we have regional blocks. We have regional blocks. So when a county within a regional block, these regional blocks were formed because they share either they share resources or they share something that in common. So also when you're coming up with this document, the ADP, it should also clearly show what challenges are in that region or what even the resources that are there. And then lastly, it is about the private sector. Those are donors, the NGOs, everything that is now private. It also have to show because they will be seen somewhere there in the ADP, and also where the sources of income shall come from. I've seen somebody who has asked about the CFSP. CFSP means the county CFSP, county fiscal strategy paper, but we shall look at it next week. So don't worry about it. Iyo kuna mtu ata dive in and she will be showing you what is the meaning of the CFSP. Now, we came up with tools that will be helping you. And after this, I think we shall be going to our breakout rooms for a very short while, and then we shall come out to the plenary just to wind up. Number one, when you are analyzing an ADP, you will need this three things or three tools. Number one is a sector tracking template, which I've provided for you. You will be shown when you get to your rooms. The sector tracking template is a template that is the simplified version of tracking sectorial plans, programs, projects, just in a sum up way. And then we also have the CIDP guiding question, which will be shared when we shall be dealing with the CIDP. And then today we shall also give you the ADP guiding questions in your rooms. So there are questions that were made were made, and they came the ones that we use to actually to track or to analyze an ADP. As you had been told, Budgeti Hub is not far from this hub, and you will see the questions or the guiding questions or the analytical questions that we are using were actually formulated from Budgeti. Now, this is the tracking template. Naona mtu anajaribu kuchora pale, ashaanza kufuatilia. We have lost our sign language interpreter. We have lost our sign language interpreter.
Let me look for her. Thanks.
Please. So this is the I'll just continue as she comes back. This is the sector tracking template. If you can bring it closer, to you, you'll find out that there is the first box or the column, we have sector, and then we have subsector, and then we have priorities, ADP 2025-2026, and then we have key activity that will take place that will be seen in the ADP 2025-2026, and then we have the linkage between to the CIDP, all right, and then strategic objective. So this is just a template that we shall share with you to help you analyze when your ADP comes out, because I have seen counties that don't have the ADP up to now. And I think we shall be taking that with very seriously, just to follow up on those counties and see what we can do with them to help them also come up with it. So that is the first template. Number 2, we shall not use this one, but we're going to use the guiding questions for the for analyzing an ADP. So to this juncture, I want us to break into our rooms. There are 4 rooms. There are 4 rooms. If you can just write down this, maybe you can use them in those rooms. The first breakout room, will be identifying sector priorities and sector programs in the given ADP. When you get to your rooms, you will select one ADP and then you will use it. So the first question is sector priority. Identify sector priorities and sector programs in that ADP that you will choose. And then the second breakout team will find the linkage between the CFSP and the ADP. All right. You will have people who will be helping you in those rooms, and everything shall be okay. Breakout room number 3, I will be identifying performance target and source and success indicators. All right, are we there? As the number 3, performance targets and success indicators. And the 4th room will have the public participation report. So we are going to join in those 4 rooms, and then when we come back to plenary, I think that one will be, now we shall be finalizing and going to our last maybe as we close up our meeting. So I will allow us to join our rooms. We have budget facilitators. We have Chris from Nyandarua. We have Anita Kirote, who is also from Tharaka-Nithi, and we have Mureithi, who is from Laikipia, and Ruth from Nyandarua. So they will be helping us in those 4 different rooms, just to action on the questions. So if we are ready, we can join our breakout rooms.
So you should see a prompt and join. So you see the prompt, okay. So you are sent there automatically. So click on the prompt.
All right. Okay.
Nelson, let us know which room Tracy is going to join, the sign language interpreter, where her services are required.
Yeah, that is not possible to know, because now the machine has set everyone automatically. I don't know who.
Oh, okay, Sawa. No worries. Yeah. Maybe we can move her from room to room. I don't know if that's possible, though.
So thank you so much. Welcome all. Tumerudi hapa nyumbani. Somebody was asking the question, akajipata amerudishwa kwa main room. That is the power of technology. Mtu tu ako na button mahali akifinya ni hivyo. So we shall be winding up in a few in the next few minutes. So we have seen what was there in the rooms, and I think it was a good session. Room 1, room 2, room 3, and room 4. Those were perfect conversation. I've been in room 4 and I've been in room 2. It was marvelous. Now, what should you remember as you go, or as take away? Number 1, CIDP is a 5-year strategic direction or plan in the next 5 years. And somebody was asking about manifesto. But this one is more deeper because it also have the public interest in it, or the public participation tool, or the public participation sentiment that will be involved in the strategic plan for 5 years. And number two, remember that the ADP selects yearly priorities. It only takes the yearly priorities of a county so that it can help. And then the CFSP allocates resources to priority. I said at some point that now the importance of the CFSP as a document, it now brings realistic, it makes it realistic, all right? And then the last one is that funds implementation, all right, the budget now funds the implementation of the projects. So that is a point to remember. Lastly, we can go to the last one. This is just a small a direction of how it looks. We have the CIDP, which is 5 years, and then we have the ADP, which is 1 year, and then we have the CIDP that follows the ADP, and then we have the budget estimates, and then we have the implementation that now will take place. So this is a calendar of what we can have. Sample of ADP proposed in the, all right, we'll read the questions and then maybe answer. I want us to go to the second slide, kidogo mwalimu, before we end up, we finish. The second slide, in the beginning. The beginning, the objective. The objective, yes, the objective. Now, in today's session, we were supposed to have, or maybe rather build ability to interpret the county development plan, which I think I have been in all the 2 rooms, and I have seen people trying to come up to analyze the development plan. And you can put your comments in the chat if all these 3 objectives were met. The second objective was to understand the linkage between plans and the budget. And also you can just put on the comment section to know if this objective was also met. The last objective was to encourage citizen participation in our county planning. All right. So those 3 objectives you can just jot down on the comment section as we go to finalize the last. Now, Mwalimu, we can jump to our last, the 2 last slides. Yes, here. Now you can find, no, we are done with this. You can find us, this is NECHUB and Youth Governance in Action, and those are our email. But you can always find NECHUB or Nairobi East and Central Budget Hub on all our social medias. You can follow us, get there, all right? And maybe interact with us to get to know what feeling you can feel. And then the last one, the last slide is now preparing you on the next coming session. On the next coming session. See you in the next Thursday for CFSP by Mary Moreide, who is one of us. She was in one of the rooms. This is like Laikipia a county budget facilitator. We shall be interacting with her next Thursday well on the CFSP and knowing the boundaries and knowing how it will get to more. Somebody say you can, all right? Those are some of the questions. I can pick only 2 or 3 questions as I want dive. Can we get more time in the breakout rooms? Next time we shall be looking into that. Somebody says, loved it. Knowledge is power. Kindly share the slides. We shall be sharing with them in the WhatsApp group. Welcome Mary for next Thursday. Watu wamekungojea vizuri sana. Does the CIDP, I'll read this one. This one is a question. Does the word CIDP forums have a irreducible minimum of the same to enable preparation past? I didn't get the question well. Maybe one of us can, or you can rewrite the question again so that we can understand, because CIDPs are for the whole county and it is for 5 years, right? Thank you so much. The objective in our group 3 were met. Thank you. Feels a little bit rushed, but the session was amazing. Thank you so much. Next time we shall try, and especially in the breakout rooms. 1 hour. We only have 1 hour, so we are trying to manage. All right. Angela cannot share I think we shall reshare the link to do the assignments. And then Chris shared the WhatsApp link. If you're not in our WhatsApp, please join that link that is on the chat box. Share, just press the link and then you will find yourself in the WhatsApp room. Thank you so much. Thank you for all of you being here. I think those who are ready, we can take a selfie. If you can take a selfie with me, you can just put your cameras. My camera is on, and then we shall be taking a selfie at least for good memories. All right.
Thanks.
I don't know, page 1. Let's go. We are on page 1.
So Sten, as you do that, so yeah, great. Let me stop sharing these. Great. So thanks everyone. So sorry. So let me introduce myself before bad manners. So thanks. My name is Nelson Maina, Budget Facilitator, Nyeri County, and also the coordinator for the Nairobi East and Central Region Budget Hub. So as Sosthene is taking your photos, I can say from us, asanteni sana. This is the second session of an 8-part series. So again, I saw a question in terms of you tried to share your, I think amejaribu kushare the assignment and something went wrong. So we will be sharing it again, the link. Expect another assignment, of course. So this is part of learning. So what you've learned here, some questions we didn't cover in the breakout session. So you'll receive that. So it's to thank also our sign language interpreter and Tracy, asante sana, and all of you. What I want you to take away from this session mainly is that there's a saying we make in terms of the annual development plan and the CIDP. What is not in a plan will not be budgeted for. That is very key. If you want to take away something from today, what is not in a plan will not be budgeted for. That means that by the time you are all the projects and ideas you have for your county, if they are not captured in that annual development plan, hata MCA akuja akuambie like baadaye ati tutaweka hii baadaye, technically that will not be possible. So the annual development plan is the main document that guides budgeting. And so we say what is not in a plan will not be budgeted for. So kindly ensure that you actually analyze your annual development plan. Check for your angalia sector of interest, area of interest, see what was captured in that area of interest. Because if it is not there, there is no other opportunity for that project to come in. And what I can add is that right now, najua nakula time yenu, but just to bring it home, let me just share the screen kidogo so that you understand. Bear with me kidogo, just for the calendar again. So you have the calendar here, right? You can see it. So what I'm saying is what is not in this plan, it doesn't matter where you come into this other process, huku kwote, you will not bring in another project. So all projects are captured here for that financial year in this key document. Now we are somewhere here, September 11th. That means we are somewhere here. Your assembly, so there's a legal loophole about the annual development plan. There is no set timeline for it to be approved. And so it's a legal loophole. We've never figured out why that happened. But legally and technically, what we've observed is that some assemblies will take all the way up to here, February 28th, just before the county fiscal strategy paper, to approve an ADP. So some counties may take that long, the county assemblies. So document hapa imeingia assembly as we speak, all your county assemblies have the ADP right now tabled, and so there is no legal timeline for them to approve it. Some counties may do it around November, December. Nyeri does it around November, December there. But we've seen, I think, Nairobi push it up to a day before the CFSP is tabled in the assembly. And so for you still have an opportunity, even if the current draft unaona project yako haijakuwa captured, assembly has not yet approved your ADP. So you still have an opportunity to engage at this point that the document is in the assembly. But once your assembly approves that ADP, it locks in those projects and programs. And so from here, you cannot put in any other project. So I wanted that at least you as a key takeaway. Asanteni sana. Now I'm hoping by now Sosthene amepiga picha zote from all the screens. Asanteni sana. Wishing you a lovely night. We have opened up the WhatsApp group for any questions and any follow-ups. So you can ask there and we'll respond accordingly. So from us, asanteni sana. Have a lovely night. You may leave at your own pleasure. Thank you so much.
Sawa sawa, tupatane Thursday. Mary Mureithi will be there. Tutasikia sauti yake on Thursday as we have seen her photo. Amazing. Good night, everyone.
Bye-bye.